So out of the box or out of the wall, whatever I'm going to call it, we're not going to flip this sucker, but look at this. This is the Alien Anthology box set. Now you might be wondering, are you going to watch Aliens, Alien 3, and Alien Resurrection? Actually, I already own Alien and Aliens in 4K quality. They decided not, which I'm guessing is Fox, to put Aliens 3 or Alien Resurrection on 4K discs. However, can it happen in the future? I doubt it with what 20th Century Fox and Disney are now doing with, physical media. But anyway, Alien 3, if I'm not mistaken, this is David Fincher's first film. And it is notoriously known for just having a shit ton of problems. Now, like I said before, I'm watching the 03 version, not the 1992 version. Doesn't make it a better film. Let's find out. Chase, we got you here at the Blue Futon reviewing Aliens 3. What's this about? You could call it a pretty simple premise. It's kind of the same thing with, 1 to 2, 2 to 3 is she goes to hypersleep. Now she's on a different planet, and the only planet she's at is a prison with a bunch of dudes, celibate dudes that are rapists, murderers, and just the bad of the bad. And now she's got to figure out what she's going to do and how she's going to get off this island, this planet, to save herself. So, do I like this film? Interesting film. This is where they decided to push the CG boundaries and try to do more of a mix of CG and practical effects, because this is more about the alien dog. You heard me right. This is not really about the aliens that you've seen in the first two. They decide to take it a step further and have the alien come out of a cow and kind of have a alien freaking dog. So, if you know anything about the backstory of this one, I want to say this is David Fincher's one of his first movies, and it would have been his last, because it was apparently notorious. He did not have creative control whatsoever. And you could tell this is a David Fincher film, though. The slow burn, the character development, the way the camera moves, the way the camera is just stationary and movement, the way the frames are in frame. Me talking real technical terms over here. But notorious. Apparently, Sigourney Weaver said she would only do this film. Like I said, I could be wrong. You know how the internet, I can't really believe shit from the internet anymore, is she would not do this movie unless there was no guns in this film. That is why it's on this planet, prison planet, no weapons. Because apparently she's very anti-gun. So, sure, that's up to her. She's co-producing this film. Fine. So, did I like it overall, though? I think it's fine. Like, I understand some people think that 03 version is makes the original better. I agree. 100% agree. However, just what they wanted to do with this movie, it felt, I wouldn't say overplayed, or it got repetitive in this one, just because a lot of the prisoners had the same, I wouldn't say the same actions, but they just had the same character. They were one-dimensional. They were all prisoners. They're all rapists. They're all murderers. The only one was Charles Dance. He was the only one that actually had a character arc that you wanted to follow. Yes, the doctor also did as well, but majority of the prisoners, you just don't give a shit about them. And I understand you probably don't, because honestly, if I have to see a child rapist, or murderer, do I give a shit about them? Probably the fuck not. So once they do die, you have no emotional attachments to them. And I think that's fine. That's 100% fine. But as an alien movie, with the other two ones where you want to get to know some of the characters, this one you don't get to know some of the characters, and it could be a hindrance because of that. And the story itself is very different. They decided to go this interesting religious-esque aspect to it, is because when they're on this planet, they're celibate, they're, praying, they're turning to it, I wouldn't say religious, to say they screwed up and they're going to try to do better themselves on this planet. But of course, when a woman comes on the planet that they haven't seen a woman in, years, they're going to do some fuckboy shit. These prisoners are. There's no if, and, or, but. So, the movie itself, the alien aspect of it, I would say this might be the least amount of alien footage I could be wrong, but this one had the least practical effects when it came to the alien because, of course, this is an alien dog, and it's going to be a lot harder to do a practical effects with the alien dog because at least with the other aliens, yes, you could do the anamorphic stuff, or you could put a person in this, costume and make them be an alien. Here, you're relying on CGI through and throughout, and I don't know if the budget was not right. I don't know if just just the vision of David Fincher, the vision of the producers, the vision of the studios just didn't mesh. And so when they're doing the post-production, doing the dog, it just didn't flesh out as well as they wanted it to be. However, it's a unique premise. I will give it that. So we're talking about, like I said, the technical craft. It's a David Fincher film. Do I need to say anything more? You have this. You have Seven. You have The Killer. You have Mank. You have The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. You have Fight Club. You see what I'm getting at? He's another fantastic director that I do not want to see him go away anytime soon. Yes. Oh, Social Network. He's a methodical director. I understand that. But bro, give me some more films, please. So yes, it's a good looking film. It's a technically well crafted movie. There's some good twists and turns at the end. There's some decent twists and turns about what is happening with Sigourney Weaver in the movie that are like, oh shit, something's about to happen to her. But just the overall 2-hour and 20-esque minute package, you do feel some of the pacing. You don't get to know some of the characters as well as you want them to. And just the overall atmospheric reasoning to do this location, I understand it, but I don't know if it was the best overall. So Aliens 3 will receive a 3 out of 5 Futons. It goes at 60%. So see the critics and user scores gave this one. So you have critics a 45% with 125 of them, audience score of 46%. And of course, these are for the theatrical cuts, not the O3 version. Critic consensus: Alien 3 takes admirable risks with franchise mythology, but far too few pay off in a thinly scripted sequel whose stylish visuals are enough to eliminate a lack of genuine thrills. I would have to agree with that. There wasn't that much horror in this movie. The action was there, but when looking at Alien and Aliens 3, at least they knew to try to how to morph them. This one didn't. So anyway, 60, 45, 46. Chase Slack here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more things, Bufftontopia. You Buffetonians, thank you for watching. Great down. Watch Tate tomorrow. Week from 1 year from every single one of you. And of course, you know what's next. So let's just get started.